guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you are doing amazing. So this is a continuation of my previous video where we talked about my C-section experience. Today we're going to be talking about jaundice and what I did to help my son get rid of the jaundice and everything. Okay, if you don't know what jaundice is, I'm going to leave the description on the screen here. Okay, let's get into the video. You know, being a first-time mom and then somebody telling you, oh, your child has jaundice, and the person that is telling you that your child has jaundice is a student that doesn't really know how to explain stuff. It's crazy. What I was told is your son has G6PD deficiency. G6PD? What the hell is G6PD? And it's a condition where somebody has jaundice, your child has jaundice, and you know, it's going to be, if you don't treat it on time, he's going to have brain damage, he's not going to talk, he's not going to walk, he's not going to do this one, he's not going to be bright, he's not going to be this one, all the negative things. Somebody is explaining them to me, and then I'm wondering, I said, I was excited that I gave birth, but this thing that are telling me my child is going to have brain damage. Guys, if I'm by myself on that hospital bed, I'll start crying. I'll cry. Then if my husband sees me crying, he'll be looking at me and tell me, why are you crying? You gave birth to a strong boy. You gave birth to a very strong boy. All these things that they are talking about, they're just speaking English. You know? They're just speaking English. Don't worry. All these things that they're talking about, they'll pass. You know? So we stayed in the hospital for, I think, 3-4 days, if not 5. Milk was not coming out, and the hospital was giving baby, you know, formula and stuff like that. They kept him in an NICU, so for me to see him, I had to go upstairs, downstairs, and everything. And they'll tell you that, why are you walking like that? I thought Africans are very strong. They said Africans are strong now. You're supposed to be walking very well. I said, guys, this is my first C-section. You're expecting me to walk like a what? Okay, so I used to go and check on my son, just to go and check on him. They had diapers there, they had milk and everything, you know, Oibo people now. So this G6PD is something that I was not understanding. I got my phone, I browsed, and the only thing, you know, Google now, if you check on Google, yeah, it will just start depressing you. Then one time, you know, it's like the longer we stayed in the hospital, the worse it got, because he was not getting better. He was so weak. He was just lying. He would not cry. You know, he was not crying at all. You know, no movement, just lying down, just like that. If you feed him, you don't feed him. If you don't wake him up to feed him, the boy will not shake. He will not cry. Okay, so I think on the 5th day, my husband told them, you should discharge us. Let's go home. Then the girl said, you can't go home. She's a student nurse of some kind. You can't go home now. You can't go home la, because the child still has the jaundice and it's too high la. You know, there's a way that they speak. Your child has jaundice, it's too high la. You cannot go home. You know, child, if you go home, you're going to have what is this again? Child is going to have brain damage la. You cannot. Then her supervisor asked her, I said, who are you talking to? Who are you telling that the child is going to have brain damage? La, because baby has G6PD, you know, stuff like that. And the doctor said, you don't talk to a first-time mom like that. You don't even talk to a mother like that. You have to explain to her, this is the condition that your baby has, and this is what you're going to do to, you know, to stabilize everything, for everything to go out. Explain to her what exactly you're talking about, because all these clinical terms that you're telling her, she does not understand. My husband said, just discharge us. At least if anything happens to the child, let me know that it is me. It is me, the father. It is us, the parents, that did it, not the hospital. Because if it is the hospital that does it, it's going to be a different story. Then said, okay, sign papers, we were discharged. So they told me some nurses that are at any healthcare facilities close to your house are going to come to you to help you and baby. I was like, okay, fine. So when they came, apparently the first time they came, they did not find me, because I went to go and check for the level so that I know we start treating it and everything. Then they came, they waited for me. We got home. They checked baby, and they started reading through the papers, and they said, nobody explained anything to you. I said, no, all I know is that the boy has G6PD. And they say that from the time the baby was born until now that you people have been discharged, the jaundice level has been going high. It's been going high. So if you people stay longer, their phototherapy was not working. They use phototherapy for jaundice. Phototherapy, if you don't know what it is, it's a light, light that it removes heat. It has heat, that they put on the baby, because the baby's skin is yellow and everything. You know how it is. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, please just use Google and check for phototherapy. Find out what exactly I'm talking about so that we're on the same page. So the nurse said, this level is too high. I started crying. My husband said, don't cry. Even if you cry, it's not going to change anything. It's not going to change anything. So let's just find a solution. So the nurse told me, you can put your son on the first morning sunlight and the sunlight at 4 p.m. But the best thing you can do is breastfeed him frequently. So what you're going to, the essence of breastfeeding him frequently is for him to poop out all that bilirubin, all that jaundice, yellow poop and everything, to poop everything out so that the skin should start clearing. If you put, the jaundice was so high that if you make that boy sleep, if he sleeps, if you will throw a knife, you throw pan, you make noise, that boy will not wake up. And the place I was staying at, it was just next to the rail line. This train will be passing. He will not shake. If he's hungry, he will not wake up. You have to carry him and breastfeed him. That is how it was. So they told me, what we're going to do now for everything to, come out faster, what you're going to do is you're going to breastfeed this boy every hour. Every hour, breastfeed him so that he should keep on pooping everything out. Like, okay. Then I bought a manual breast pump where at least I'll pump some breast milk so that, because I was with my grandma and my young sister there. So the whole night I'll be awake. I'll breastfeed him 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 4 a.m., 5 a.m., 6 a.m., 7, 8, I'll sleep. Then my grandmother and my sister will take over and start giving him the bottle every 1 hour. I'll sleep maybe 3 hours. I'll wake up. I'll start breastfeeding again, breastfeeding. If I sleep off, I was making sure I always have milk inside the bottle, So it went on for, I think I breastfed him every hour for 1 month. It's something that I actually got used to. So at the point at which that jaundice actually went out, I don't really know. Because I was just determined to keep doing it until everything just disappears. At a certain point, when he started getting his body back, he started crying. He'll cry every feed, every time he wants to eat, and he got used to eating every hour. So he would cry every hour. He would cry even if he's not hungry. He would cry to suck breasts, to eat. And then we went to the place where we were doing checking the jaundice level from, and they said it's going down, and it's going down fast. We thank God. So that is my jaundice experience with my first son. The second one did not have jaundice at all. But the last one had it, though it was not as high as the first one. That is it. So that is it. And some people say pawpaw leaves. I don't know if you boil water inside the pawpaw leaves and you make them. I don't know. I don't really know. Those ones, I cannot say things that I don't know. I've just told you the things that I know. The only thing that I did is early morning sunlight at 4 p.m. and breastfeeding. Make sure he eats frequently. We know when somebody is full, when they keep on eating, they keep on shitting, they keep on eating, they keep on shitting. That is how it is. So that is my jaundice experience, and I'll see you guys in my next video when I talk to you about the healing process for my C-section. I'll see you guys in my next video. I hope this helps you in one way or another. God bless you. Bye bye.